present yourself and the project you're working on in Togo?
Hi, I'm Morley from Togo, CTO of Digital Transformation Ministry. Thank you.
Mieta?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me, Mazi. I am Miata Kute, Director, Payment Systems Department, Central Bank of Liberia.
Thank you, Mieta. Tell us about your modular loop implementation for the moment.
Okay, so the Central Bank of Liberia has been engaged with Moja Loop for quite some time. To date, we have had extensive engagements in preparing what we call the project structure. It is important to have all of the stakeholders aligned, whether from key decision makers within the central bank, the DFSPs, the technical department internally. So with that in mind, we set up a detailed project structure, clearly defining the roles and responsibilities of each team member. We also work together to develop like an annual plan, implementation roadmap, if that's the right way to call it. And that roadmap encompasses as well activities from each stakeholder, whether internal or external. And it will amaze you to know that our approach seeks to involve the DFSP from the initial stage, high-level engagement from the management level so that the tone is set at the top. And we are looking at as well building the capacity of the DFSPs. In most of these organizations, you will find out that managing such project, whether it is the integration from the technical side or the functional side, the capacities are not really built. So that is key for us. And yes, that's just some of the efforts that we've made.
Thank you so much. I remember 6 months ago we were discussing about a proof of concept.
Right.
But what I'm hearing is more than that. What were the key points which made you jump from a proof of concept to a fully fledged pilot phase?
Okay, that's an excellent question. So our market is such that the ecosystem has been ready for quite a while. We have had some level of integration done bilaterally between the financial institutions and the MNOs. But a major gap that we don't have yet is the integration between the MNOs and the fintech, the DFSPs. So because we have had experience in terms of some level of integration and the readiness of the market, especially from the customers, their desire to leverage digital financial services, coupled with the internal capacity built from the central bank's level, we believe that we can leapfrog from a POC to actual pilot. And that's why we've intensified the need to build capacities, whether from the DFSPs or from the central bank's level, so that we manage that process.
Thank you so much, Mieta. It's interesting, actually. Morley, from the previous panel, I think the first questions you responded to them. For this one, I'd like to know, how did you align your ecosystem partners during the current implementation?
Currently, we are working with Postal Office and the two telcos. how we proceed with them is that while their technical team and our technical team are working on implementing the solution, we also have regulatory work stream and also governance work stream with them, and we have a periodic workshop on those thematics. And so their stakeholders participate in various discussions we had on those points. And we try to hear from them what are their consideration, especially in terms of business model, in terms of what should be the rules that permit a DFSP to join the effort. But as we are doing it as a pilot, what we make them what we make clear with them is that at this step, those discussions will be considered temporary, because we need to extend the discussion to the other FSPs as soon as we have the proof of concepts running and the pilot is executed and we get feedback from it. Thank you.
Thank you, Morley. So far, do you have some specific technical or policy insights you gained during the implementation of this pilot? Because you confirmed it's a pilot, not a POC.
Yes, it is not, in our case, why it is not, we don't consider it as a POC, because we were already convinced by the fact that we are going to work with Mojalope, so we are not testing the solution. We are in fact implementing the solution, and our sandbox environment, we don't call it a POC, but we call it a UAT, and we want to go as quick as possible. So we are doing a lot of things together. And what helped on this is that the Mojalope team hear from our need to be able to run the system by ourselves, and also be able to run it in on-premise, in our own data center, without necessarily leveraging on cloud technology. So our first deployment, we did it with what they have ready at that time, but with their continuous efforts, I said it yet, we are able to redeploy the herb with less effort than before, because they provide, and we are continue working on this, they provide a much easier deployment process for on-premise system. So that is what I can say on that point. Thank you.
Thank you. Miata, are there any unexpected challenges so far in the project, and that might have changed your assumptions or timeline, anything?
Let me say a big thank you to the Mojalope team. We have had quite a good experience in terms of engagement. The team that's supporting us has been very responsive. In terms of challenge, we haven't had one yet. The process is still underway. But what we've done is to clearly define what our priorities are. So we are looking at integrating the MNOs, the DFSPs for mobile money interoperability at the initial stage. We've defined key use cases that are relevant to our market, because that is important. Leveraging a phased approach is quite useful. Like I said, we've engaged the different stakeholders, and looking at the need for developing the different regulatory frameworks surrounding the Mojalope solution. We are looking forward to collaborating with African NENDA to develop whether it is a scheme, rules, and all of that. So quite useful. We've defined the different use cases, and we hope to scale up as we proceed with the pilot. So in terms of challenge, there's nothing really to talk about right now. We just look forward to meeting the timelines. And our project is such that, like I said, because of the readiness of the market, we have a very tight schedule for the pilot. We hope that can be rolled out in the next 3 months so that the market gets to benefit from especially the use case of P2P, G2P, and all of that. Yes.
Amazing. 3 months. We are together as we've been. And also the community is around to help you. And
Thank you.
don't feel alone. We are all with
Thank
you. Morley, I understand you are ahead in your implementation. What is your real experience as an engineer when you are dealing with this system, Moja Loop, and what you see with your peer engineers when they are connecting to the system? I'm asking more like engineer,
Yeah.
technical part. Yeah.
Okay. At the real technical part of the things, first, if I put myself in the perspective of FSPs, their main issue was that they don't necessarily have internal teams that can be dedicated to the project. Maybe because we plan our project in a really quick pace. So their technical team is not necessarily dedicated to the project. And also the deployment technology that we use for their part, they are not necessarily aware of those technology. And that part of the team is a little bit true in our side also. In terms of deployment infrastructure, yes, currently we can manage because we had the luck to have a team that can handle it, but that team is that current team is not is a team that work on other projects, but finding human resource that we can dedicate to the projects is going to be a little bit that will take time in terms of the technical part of the things. Because we want the team to be internal and we need them to be dedicated to the project. I'm not talking about the Moja Loop training part of the things in terms of payment system, but in terms of technology level, in terms of preparing servers, preparing environment, those kind of things. And we hope that we could, we can quickly cover that gap. That is the documentation was not really trivial. We need to bother a lot, Nathan. So maybe the documentation could be much accessible so that we let you guys rest and help other countries also. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I take note on the comment on the documentation. On behalf of the team, we will see how to make it more accommodating for your team. Miata, thank you for comforting us that you're going live very soon. Now we are double efforts on the support we're giving to you, the communities around. Any new or specific requirement you think is proper to Liberia in terms of technology, please voice. People are here in the room to help you. Any support you think in terms of scheme rules or anything else, you also have African End, as you mentioned. They're around and they've been doing this in quite a number of markets. We have some of them like Rwanda in live. The experience is there. So, and we think every market being unique, there's also things we share as markets. So we are open to be with you. We are just here to hear your specific requirements, if you have any. Thank you.
Of course, yes. Like you readily said, Manzi, our market is unique. We are a country of dual currency. All of our systems are in both the domestic currency, the Liberian dollars, and then the US dollars. So whatever technology that is considered, especially Moja Loop, has to accommodate that. And the scheme rules has to, be aligned with the dual currency regime that we have. We are key on fraud mitigation. We are key on cybersecurity risks mitigation, settlement issues. So we look forward to support from the community and organizations like African Enda and all of that. The thing is, we've clearly defined what our expectations are as a central bank, which is important. And we just look forward to alignment as we proceed with the implementation of the project. So one key expectation is looking at cost reduction in terms of maintenance, annual maintenance and support, which is one key advantage of the open source solution. We're looking at having the system aligned to accommodate our dual currency and appropriate legal and regulatory framework that ensures that consumers are protected, the system is up and running seamlessly, and the different use cases that we have defined are all implemented. Those are our expectations.
Thank you so much. I highlighted and underlined one sentence. You made your requirements as a central bank, and you found that they are supported within the system.
Right.
I'm happy for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
That is key. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Do we have any question from the audience? Was it clear or you didn't get anything? Okay, the smile comforted me. It was clear. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mieta. Thank you, Morley. People who want to ask them more questions, they're around here. And thank you, Simeon.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.